Wolfy. Wolfy. Come on. I know you're out there. And I know your boss left too. You can keep ignoring me, but I'm just gonna keep shouting until you come in here. My shouting is likely to alert the other werewolves. I bet they would love to come down here and see what's going on with me. And I know how much you like dealing with them. Oh, Wolfy. There you are. I knew that would inspire a visit. Oh, no, I don't need anything. I'm just bored. Well, what do you expect from me? You've chained me up here in this cell without anything to preoccupy me. What's a girl supposed to do? There's that glow I like so much. Admit it. You find me charming despite yourself. Oh, you don't have to say it. I can see it in your eyes. And in how you continue to put up with me, despite how you pretend to be annoyed. Oh, you're so serious, Wolfy. Can't you just admit that you're happy to see me? Yes, actually. I am happy to see you. You're my favorite form of entertainment currently, after all. Oh. I like that smirk. Interesting. So, what did your boss want? Oh, please. Are we still pretending that you didn't help Ripley escape? Right, of course. You just so happened to wear a cloak around for an entire day. And then you just so happened to leave it within arm's reach. And it just so happened to have a lockpick inside the seams. It would have been very uncomfortable for you if you had gone through all of that trouble, only for her to have been unable to use it. And of course, everything just so happened to line up perfectly with the changing of the guards. Are you ever going to tell me where you disappeared to, by the way? Oh no, it was a nice touch. And I'm sure it gave Ripley the head start she needed. It also got that other wolf taken off of duty instead of you. But of course, my apologies. It was all just a simple mistake on your part. What was I thinking? Though, come to think of it, you really aren't one to make mistakes, are you? No, you are far too clever for that. Huh, I am observant. Thank you for noticing. Now, of course, if you had done all of that, well then I would have to say thank you. But since you didn't, I guess I'll just refrain from praising you. You know, you're different. No, I don't mean it like that. None of your wolves are really all that scary. I mean, once you've been kidnapped once, it's all kind of boring. Like, oh no, you're planning on killing me if my father doesn't give in to your demands? We all know that's not true. I'm too useful to be killed off this early in the story. Your boss still has some use for me. So really, those threats don't bite. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I would never make light of the situation by making a joke. No, that sounds more like my cousin. You see, werewolves, they really aren't all that different from the people in my father's court. The methods might be a little bit different, a little bit more aggressive, but it's really all the same when it boils down to it. The way I see it is like this. If you have to steal power or extort to get it, then you really must not be all that scary. I meant you're different. As in, you're like me. Oh, you can't deny it. You felt it too, the moment we met. Because we're both putting on a show for the people around us. You're looking for a way out of this. It's obvious, because I'm also looking for a way out. No, I'm not talking about this cell. My guess is that you're still trying to figure out how. I don't know much about werewolves, but I can guess there's something stopping you from leaving. I told you, I'm observant. And I have nothing but time on my hands right now. So, like it or not, learning everything about you is my current entertainment. Well, I guess you could get me a book, but I'm chained to a wall. You'd have to read it to me. Huh. Well, now I kind of like that idea. I think that's going to need to happen. So I guess I'll just have to keep bugging you until it does. Oh, I don't much care what book. Maybe something adventurous. With pirates, maybe. But honestly, you could read me the history of behavior and I would be entranced. You're a reader, aren't you? I told you. We're the same. The way you carry yourself. You remind me of the character who sits in a tavern wearing a hood over their eyes. The one who's just waiting to take the party on some grand quest. All while saying, I work alone, and I don't need friends. Oh no, it's really the perfect comparison. Those characters always end up learning that teamwork is the only way they can accomplish their goals. You know I'm right. Even if you aren't ready for that character development just yet. I know it's in you. Oh no, I'm not like you in that way. I don't have the stuff in me to be a mysterious rogue in a tavern. I think I'm more like the royal who's decided to run away because she doesn't want to deal with the weight of her responsibilities, only to find adventure with the very prickly protagonist. So you admit it. You do relate to the trope. And you know that I would be a powerful ally to have on your side. That's why you're being so kind to me, isn't it? You know that I can help you accomplish whatever goal you have in mind. You're just trying to figure out how you can get me out of here without inspiring the wrath of every wolf stalking about the castle. Your pack, they're basically caricatures of villains, you know. You're too good for them. No, really. Any amateur with a pen could have written them. It's almost laughable how easy they are to read. I mean, I can figure out why they're trying to take over Dolas. It's easy. And I understand why I haven't been killed off yet, too. I mean, you've all heard of my father. But I've gotten to witness his destruction firsthand. Killing me would mean that there wouldn't be anything left to shield you all. And no matter how powerful wolves might be, he literally controls oxygen. I think he wins in the terrifying powers category. Or conversely, if things don't turn out well, then you would have the heir to one of the largest kingdoms on the continent under your control. I'm sure your boss thinks that I could be manipulated into helping. Though, that's perhaps unlikely now that I've demonstrated I'm not intimidated. But of course, I'm assuming your boss is a moron based on how they've talked to you. They could just be anticipating me fetching a nice price if they sold me. I'm sure there are plenty of wealthy people who would pay the price of a small kingdom to own an heir. It's easy, really. I just have to think of the most simplistic, depraved route, and then assume that's what your boss is gonna do. Now, what do you say, Wolfy? Do you want to get your character arc finally started? Or are you just gonna waste all of your potential watching a spoiled heir behind bars? The choice is yours.